you get it? Is it on?
Hello, everyone. Thank you for another... Whatever. Taking over the world with Ed and Aaron. We're here. We're having
You are still flustered, bro?
No, because you're wrong, and then you don't want to admit it.
I don't think so.
I think you're 100%
I don't
wrong.
think so. The last person we questioned, you went 0 for 2 on.
And one of your real estate coaches just agreed with me that I'm right.
Well, you know what? He did. My real estate coach, he
your
did
mom,
agree with
when you called, until you started leading her down a path of, grandma used to say this and grandma said that. When you called your mom and you asked her the question right off the bat, what did she say?
She said Dutch apple pie.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Then she said, wait a minute, hold on. Now I got to think about it. Then she went to the evidence locker and came out with evidence that proved that it's a French apple pie that has the crumble topping. You went over there. I said, I will turn the corner and ask one person. And it was a basic question. Got the answer. You were guilty of leading, steering, objection, substains, overruled, contempt, any type of legal infraction that I could give you from a courtroom TV show. You were guilty.
I guarantee you by the end of the day, your little poll on Facebook is going to show that I'm right.
We're going to find out. We're going to find out. The poll has been set. Which apple pie has crumble on top?
It's simple.
Dutch apple? French apple pie.
You're wrong. That's okay.
Oh.
So what have you been up to, buddy?
Listen. Listen, the consistency challenge, that's been going well. I've been getting back in the gym. I feel better. I feel like I got over the hump a little bit. Yesterday was a little bit rough. I kind of didn't feel like it, but hit the old legs. That one felt good.
I like your proof of life.
I've been sending proof of life. Yeah, I didn't send proof of life today.
That's what you call it.
Yeah, I called it a proof of life because Mercy was all up in my girl. She did not think I was doing it.
Because Mercy does not agree with our changing of the bet from a staycation to lunch. So therefore...
Yeah, she was all in on it.
Yeah, she wants a staycation from me.
Well, here's the deal. I feel like in this world, people are... The saying goes, innocent until proven guilty.
Correct.
I believe Mercy operates with the presence of guilty until proven innocent.
100%.
Or dumb until proven smart. Or dumb until proven can handle the situation. That's why I had to send her proof of life, because she was automatically thinking I was not doing it, guilty, wrong, thanks for playing, no dice. So it's like I was already guilty, and I had to prove my innocence by sending her proof of life.
Right. Well, I'm glad you did, because,
What's up with you? Hey, feliz cumpleaños.
Oh, that's actually
that
pretty
one's
good
pretty good, right? Right, not like policia?
Not like policia.
Okay, how is it pronounced?
Policia.
Policia.
Yeah.
It's tomato.
Potato.
Exactly, that's my point. When you say policia is coming, people know the police are coming. It doesn't have to be actually...
My people don't understand it. Cubans would be like, what are you talking about, dude?
They would still know.
They wouldn't say it that way. Hey, ¿qué estás hablando? ¿Qué cosa?
First of all, I didn't do that.
No, that's what the Cubans would... ¿Qué cosa que estás hablando?
If somebody says, policia, they know that the freaking police are coming. They know.
Okay, all right.
Bro. They know.
All right.
I think...
Policia or policia. I don't know how the hell you pronounce it, but whatever. So how's business?
Listen, business is good. I think we're doing well. I think we got a big start to the new year. We came out of the last... What was crazy last year, you came out of the gates flying with a big portfolio commercial deal. This year we've just come out with, I think, strong transactions, we've already closed for 3 more closing, 1 closing Friday, 2 more this month, and a couple more for February already. But you know what I've noticed?
Oh, Lord.
Oh, baby. Here we go.
What have you noticed?
I've noticed that all the people that said they were moving to Switzerland when the inauguration, I haven't moved. I'm just kidding. That's not part of it. This is not a political show. But I've noticed that some properties that we've had for a little while, I've noticed the action has gotten increased on a lot of stuff lately. It's like, I don't know, I get it. The timing of the inauguration was Monday. I don't know if maybe it's like the holiday hangover is kind of gone, or people. But I feel like, I mean, we've had some properties that were sitting for a while, and we've been doing our stuff. We fielded some offers, but lowball offers. But I feel like all of a sudden the foot traffic is getting more. The offers are getting more competitive.
Well, I think it's regardless of how you view life politically.
Right.
There was a big wave for this change.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that everybody now is confident of where we're going and jobs and everything else. So I think that's going to, that impacts a lot of things, right? Because if people are confident in where the country's going and who's leading us there, like, you know, even if it's right or wrong, right? Because let's not say it's going to be 100% of what we said where we think it's going to happen.
Right.
Right? Like, I'll give you a perfect example. Dan Campbell. His guys love him.
Mm-hmm.
They lost where we were not expected to lose. But
Man, I really thought they were going all the way. I was really excited to see them in the Super Bowl.
Amanda's bestie.
Oh,
St. Brown.
Who? Who?
I'm on St. Brown.
Oh, okay. Okay. With the blue hair?
Yep.
Okay.
He actually texted Dan Campbell at 4 a.m. after the loss.
Exactly.
The next day. And he's like, hey, I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what anybody thinks. We're a tight group, and we're going to learn from this, and we'll be better next year. And that's because they have faith in their leader.
Yeah, all right.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that right or wrong, win or lose, if you have faith in your leader, you're willing to go. Okay. Right? And I think that the whatever was going on in the last presidential cycle, a lot of people were scared, weren't sure, were uneasy with what was going on, and were uncertain. And with this one, whether you like him or not, it's irrelevant. There's certainty. You know who he is and what he's going to do. Like, it's certain.
You do. Well, and I think the final thing too is like, you know, like it's like you're always waiting. You're waiting for Christmas Day to come. You're waiting for like your birthday to come. You're waiting for that Friday to come. It's like we were waiting for the inauguration. Like, again, doesn't matter whatever side you were on, whoever you voted for. Don't really care that's your thing. But now it's over, right? The presidential campaigns are over. The inauguration's over. It's like you have two choices. You can either willow away, cry, pout in the corner, or you know you can move on. Like at the end of the day, like regardless whoever was going to become President Trump or Kamala, like I was still going to have to go to work. I still had bills to pay. NV Energy didn't care. Like the mortgage company didn't care. So and maybe it's to the point too where like, okay, listen, it is who I voted for. Great. I'm excited. I'm fired up. I want to go buy my new house. Hey, it's not who I voted for. The earth didn't blow up. It is what it is. I still need that new house. Maybe they've come to terms with that. I don't know. But I do feel like, you know, maybe maybe it's just the closing of that chapter of like, you know, like the anticipation of inauguration and all that stuff and keeping it moving. But I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know I don't know, but there's always that cycle that when you get in an election year, election year is a really weird year for real estate. Mm-hmm. That being said, we had our best year last year.
Right.
But
right.
It's typically a weird year because people are uncertain. Investors don't know what they're going to do with their money. Individuals don't know who's going to take power and what's going to happen to their money in 401ks,
right,
and all this stuff. So everybody gets nervous. But at the end of the day, once it's done, it's done.
Yeah, and I think that's the point, right?
You have to go. If buying a house was on your bucket list to do this year, well, let's just do it and get it out of the way.
I think that's it right there. It's like people have come to terms. Well, I was going to invest this way if one president got it. Now I'm going to invest this way since the other one, or I was going to, you know, like whatever it is. Now they've just they've come to terms what their plan is, and now it's time to move forward and get back after it. But you know.
So, question.
Oh yeah, baby, let's do it. French apple pie. I knew. See, I already knew where he was going.
No,
I beat him to the question. I beat him because I knew where you were going.
No, this is a serious question.
Okay. French apple pie. Oh, sorry.
What percentage?
7.
Of real estate agents.
Oh, I know where you're going with this, and it's
did not close a single transaction in 2024.
Well, sir, is this going to be multiple choice? At ASU, we had multiple choice.
I know.
Okay.
That's why you graduated ASU. No, it's one answer.
Well, I know the answer.
What's the answer?
Spoiler alert. It's almost 3/4. It's a 71%.
Very good. You heard me talking about it.
Yeah, I read it and then I heard you talking about it, which is, it's mind-boggling. And I think we could probably dissect it and be pretty obvious. In my opinion, it's pretty obvious of why, because we were talking about this yesterday at lunch. I think we were talking yesterday at lunch. It'd be interesting to see what percent, and that's the thing. There's no, like, in this industry, you have to learn accountability. You have to learn time management. You don't get a babysitter unless you're working for a team that employs babysitters or things like that, right? Like, we're not the babysitting team. We're the accountability team that helps you, like, but we don't like, oh, you better be here at 9 to clock in. Like, but my point being is, I wonder, of the 71% of people who did transactions, how much effort and how many of them treated this like a job? How many hours did they put in? That's what I would like to know.
If I had to guess, I would say 0.
Right. Oh, fair.
If I had to guess, right? Mm-hmm. Just looking around, like the people that I know that are in the industry, right? Because to me, like, I treat it, and so do you for the most part.
Shots fired.
No, like, I do for the most part. I take days off when I want to. Right. But for the most part, we take it as a job. We're here every day. We come in around 8 o'clock. We leave around 5 o'clock every day. Like, we're here 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. Weekends, if we have to show or do other things, we do it as well. So we treat it like a job. And sometimes, it was funny. I was talking to my son today, and he's like, hey, whatever he called me. And he's like, what are you doing today? I'm like, no, I'm working. He's like, you're working today? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, oh. Well, can't you just tell people you can't work today? I'm like, no. Like, that's you can't.
Well, you could, but that's just not your style.
That's just not a job.
A birthday present to yourself is going about your daily routine.
Exactly. That's not, like, you don't wake up at a regular job and say, I'm taking my birthday off.
Right.
Because you probably won't have a job. Right? So you just focus on what you can control, which is, these are the things that I can do to help myself do my job. But I treat it as a job. I mean, sometimes, like, in the mornings, I'm rushing to get here because I want to be here before 8. I want to get here by, like, 7:15, right. 7:20, because I have a morning ritual. I like to just relax, get ready to work. And I've been like that when I had a regular job. I always got there early because I hate getting to work and just running off. Right. I like to ease into things. So it's a job. And sometimes, Mercy will be like, why you realize we work for ourselves. I'm like, it doesn't change the fact that
which most of the time means you got to work twice as hard.
But it doesn't change the fact that I have a job. Yeah. And I have a job to do.
Well, and it's funny because I was talking to Lindsay, one of our new agents, this morning about that, and about, like, showing up, who you're calling, prospecting. And I think I told her, like, when I first started, right, when I went from the investing side and I got my license and the sales thing started to take off and I started showing up to the brokerage, I was like, oh, this is cool. Like, so this is a sales position. Got it. Point me to my little cubicle where the phone is, and that way it's going to ring. I'll pick it up and sell them houses. And I think that that's the biggest thing, is that people get into this industry thinking that, oh, well, I'll just, like, the phone's going to ring. They have, like, I go to work for a brokerage. They have all these people that want to buy houses. So I'll help them out and I'll help them buy houses. And then when they get here, they realize, like, man, like, the phone just doesn't ring. You've got to put yourself out there. You can't be a secret agent. You've got to go through the ringer. You've got to call for sale by owners. You've got to call expired. You've got to farm. You got to do open houses. And I think you were talking about it yesterday too, about the lead gen pillars. And, like, when you start to talk about pillars, you have the things that I just mentioned. You have so many pillars to operate in, but people want to sit and wait because they don't treat it as a job. Like, you don't have any business? When was the last time you called a for sale by owner? When was the last time you called an expired, farmed, did a networking event?
Circle prospect. And you know what?
Do
an open house.
Exactly. And everybody's pillar to success, I think, is different, right? Like, you have guys that I know, like, I've had people that have heard, like, open houses. They do 30 transactions a year because they've been doing open houses for every weekend for the last 5 years, right? And they just stockpile. I've heard people, like we talked about one today. Guy loves to be on the phone, doesn't like to deal with people, just sets appointments, gets showing agents, close deals. I mean, For me, I just picked up another referral this morning. For me, it's like my networking, my SOI, my being on the fields, interacting with those people, my networking group, the social media. That works for me. I would like to need to add another pillar of the phone, but it's the people that come in and treat it as a weekend warrior position that I bet you, 68% of that, of that is people that are like, oh, this is going to be so awesome. I'm going to sell so many houses. This is so cool. I like Dutch apple pie. It's like, those are the same people that are like, the market's tough. Please. Like, how often do you get that question? How often does somebody ask you, like, hey, how's the market? I heard it's really slow right now. How do you respond to that? Right. And how do you respond to that?
Not for me. That's literally how I respond.
Right.
Like everybody, I'm getting a bunch of texts today of people just asking questions, and everybody always asks, because a lot of people that I know are all real estate in different parts of the country. Hey, how's business going?
Yes, that's like everybody's first question.
I'm like, fantastic. How's it going for you? And then the next question they want to know is, well, what are you doing?
Yes.
How about I show up every day?
And again, what works for me might not work for you.
But I didn't say what works. I just said I show up.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think that's 90% of the battle.
Right.
Right? I mean, even if you...
It's like G.I. Joe up in here.
So I had a coach one time. They used to say, when you make your schedule, right, and you put prospecting down, whatever form of prospecting you have, whether it's open houses, door knocking, whatever you're going to do, it's on your calendar.
Yep.
So whenever that time pops up on your calendar that it is prospecting time, you are not allowed to do anything that's not prospecting. Whatever that form is. Now, if you choose not to do it because you have a choice, you can say, I don't want to do it. Mm-hmm. That's okay. Mm-hmm. But if you choose not to do it, you have to sit there and do nothing. You can't scroll TikTok. You can't scroll Instagram. You have to sit there for whatever time.
Like you're on timeout.
Until your prospecting time is done. Mm-hmm. And I think it even goes the same thing with people that go to the gym. Right? People say when I don't feel like going to the gym, that's when I push myself to go to the gym. And those are usually the days that I have the best workouts, or the days that I decided not to go. But I ended up going, and it got good. Because you show up, right? You can't, I don't know anybody that goes to the gym and says, yeah, you know what? I'm not going to do this today. And walks into the gym and just sits there. Smoothie bar. Let's go. Nobody does that. Nobody just shows up and sits down and is like, oh, well, I'm not going to do anything today.
And it's funny how your mind can work and how you can almost psych yourself out. Because I've been there too, like with the gym lately. And I'm like, you know what? I don't have a lot of time today, but I love the sauna.
Right.
And I was like, listen, I'll just go sit in the sauna for maybe I'll walk on the treadmill for 10, 15 minutes, just do that. And then I'll go jump in the sauna for 15, 20 minutes. I'll get out of there. But what happens every time I get there, I'm like, you know what? I'm on back anyway. I'll just go do a couple sets of back, just to kind of make myself mine. The next thing you know, an hour later, you've done a full back workout. And so I get it. It's like we tell people with prospecting, the hardest call to make is the first one. The hardest thing about going to the gym is getting there. Once you're there, your body naturally takes over. If you said, listen, to your point, I would love to be like, hey, you don't want to go to the gym today? Fine, don't work out. Just go there and get a smoothie and hang out and sit there for 30 minutes. There's not a chance anybody who's been to the gym is going to go do that. They're going to get there and they're going to work out.
So, I don't know if you know this or not, but I'm going to let you know a little secret.
So,
Mercy is a great salsa dancer.
Oh.
And I have not 2 left feet, but 4 left feet.
4 left feet.
Yeah. I only have 2 legs, and there's 4 left feet.
I forgot about this, but I did catch wind about this yesterday.
So
I'm glad we're talking about this.
So I was told that for my birthday, which I don't know how, I'm still trying to figure this out. For my birthday, I'm going to get dancing lessons.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why am I getting, that's not my thing. Get me Lego building stuff, because before it was I would buy the Legos and put them together. Lately, all the Legos I've gotten, I've put them together myself.
That's the fun part.
That's
falling in love with the process.
I love the process. The other day, I sat down and 4 hours and I built one. Mm-hmm. But now it's we're going to go dancing. So I go dancing last night, which on top of...
Hold on. I need you to set the scene for you went dancing. Like, I'm talking like salsa dancing. I mean, were you like a bolo tie or whatever those things are called? Like a nice tucked in shirt? No. Maybe some like a cucarachas or something?
That's not the way they dance.
No. Okay.
No. First of all,
okay.
I show up in jeans and my hoodie.
That's not how salsa dancers represent, bro.
Well, I wasn't planning on salsa dancing. All right. Like when that was not my first inclination for the day before my birthday was to go salsa dancing. Then I was told that was my thing, and I was like, how does that become my thing when I don't really want to do it? So whatever. So I agreed to go. I get there, and then I was just frustrated with the whole thing. And then to top it off, I did legs that morning.
Oh yeah. So
I was on fire. So like my legs were hurting.
You look like a wobbly chicken in there.
I almost fell like 3 times. But it's funny because I was in pain. But I went through the thing, and I danced for a while, whatever. And she was like, hopefully at the next class you'll be in a better mood. I'm like, well, now I know when it is, and it's for the next 6 weeks. So.
Oh, you got a 6-week class.
Oh, dude. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, so now.
Bestie. We are gonna go check this out. We are going on a top secret mission to spy through the window to watch the salsa classes.
So now I know when they are. So like I said, I'm going to make sure that my schedule, leg days never falls on a Tuesday.
Okay.
Because I can't. I can't.
Probably just Wednesday's best.
Wednesday's best, the day after, right? So I'm gonna have to do that, and then plus, you have to go upstairs. It's just a miserable thing when I'm doing legs and having to do all that nonsense. So. So I said I'm going to trust the process.
Okay.
She's like, I hope you're in a better mood with the next one. I'm like, I don't know. This is not something I like. This is, like I said, I'm 54. If I liked dancing, at some point in 54 years of my life, I would have taken dance classes. like realistically, at some point.
I love this.
I would have done it. But I haven't. And I haven't done it because it's not my thing.
Like just a few questions.
Sure.
Actually, just one really.
Ooh.
At the end of the 6 weeks, like I'm imagining like children going through dance class. I'm imagining.
Do we have like
a
recital?
Kids going through practicing baseball practice. You know, there's a tournament up. Like, is there a 6-week recital?
No, but he's setting. He's setting
because hey, Bessie, we're showing up on week 6.
I will tell you.
iPhone's ready to go.
I will
Video.
Tell you.
I'm showing up with a tripod, a microphone. We are going to announce this thing. We're going straight like full-blown Pat McAfee announcing from the out. I'm going to bring a chair and sit outside and watch this thing.
I will tell you
all in.
That the fear in 90% of the people when he walked in and he goes, okay, we're going to learn how to dance salsa. And at the end of this, there's a recital. And it's adults. It's an adult class.
He really said that?
He said that, dude. People
so
blank
exciting.
stares on their face.
So
they were
exciting.
Like, he's like, I'm only kidding. We're not going to do that.
So exciting.
But he's scared. So it's so funny because people that happens to, right? And that goes all back to accountability, right? So he's like, okay, we're going to have recitals, so you have to be ready for this accountability of this. So you have to practice and do all this stuff. And I was like, whatever. If this is what I signed up for, I didn't even know what I signed up for, but I guess I'm doing this. Yeah. Like, I just got to go. I just got to go all in.
You got to.
Because I don't know any other way to do it. But I was part of a group yesterday, and we agreed that I was going to hold people accountable.
Is it still dancing? Are you switching?
No,
I feel like you're switching.
It's switching.
But I would have really liked if you guys had an accountability dance group where you had to like send each other like videos of you practicing yourself.
Oh, no. They made us record the instructors dancing yesterday so we can practice because when we come back next Tuesday,
give me more.
We're supposed to be done with that steps.
So this is like Dancing with the Stars salsa version, but no stars. That's what this is. I love it. I'm here for it.
And the guy does something that's super funny. Every time he says something, he goes, okay, we're going to do whatever this step is or whatever. And he's like, yes or yes. He's like, this is the only answer you can say is yes. So I'm going to walk in on next Tuesday. I already told Mercy. I'm going to walk in and be like, "You're New Yorican. Yes or yes?" He's got no option because that's what he is. And I know that because of the way he was explaining what salsa was. Because do you know what salsa is?
Yeah, it's a delicious piece of food that you put on top of a chip.
No, that's salsa.
Oh, here we go again. Salsa. Okay, now we're doing
Salsa dancing.
Okay.
Is a term of. So it comes from. So the
I
rhythms.
feel like salsa dancing is like doing some of this stuff.
It is.
I feel like it's a lot of shoulder movement and arm movement.
So all that comes from. So apparently, which I didn't know that, I learned it last night, is it comes from Cuba, basically.
Cubano.
Right.
So you were born to salsa.
Of course. Well, I'm an American. I was born here, but it's in my blood.
Again, tomato.
So, anyways, there's different types of music.
Okay.
Within the Cuban music genre.
Oh.
So somebody in the 1960s in New York said, you know what? When we have a get together, we always say there's this type of music and this type of music and this type of music, like song and different types of styles of music. And he was like, you know what? We're just going to categorize it all as salsa.
Because you just like throw a bunch of stuff in, kind of.
Yeah, just throw a bunch of stuff in it, and it's different types of music.
Okay.
And then it's called Afro style dancing because a lot of the Cubans come from Africa. That's really how it's Afro-Cuban.
A lot of Cubans come from Africa.
Well, that's so truly. I think I'm almost 100% positive. I am 100% positive. The Cubans is like a big melting pot. So you had indigenous people. You had Africans that were brought over by Spaniards as slaves, and then everybody just mixed because they were on this island, and that's where the Cuban culture come in, which is really funny because most people that deal with Cubans are like, Cuban people are really not racist.
Well, that's good to know.
Like they're like there's not the division.
That's a positive. That's a pro.
There's not like a division in race like there are in other cultures and stuff like that. You hear it in the U.S. all the time or whatever. You never hear that because you can in Cuba you can have somebody who's completely like pale white be related to somebody who's super dark skinned, and it is what it is. It's the genes. It's just the way they came out, but you're related to each other. So it's a different culture and a different makeup, and everybody's used to all different cultures and personalities and people they deal with. So they call it Afro music because it comes from African to the island.
Have you ever been to Cuba?
I have not. Mercy's been there like 3 times.
Really?
And Jay, our oldest, has been there probably 7, 8 times. Brandon has not gone. Brandon wants to go. But Cuba right now, I think it's, if there's anything below a third world country, that's what Cuba is now.
Really?
Oh, it's horrible. They're having power outages. Like, I should say they're having power ons, not power outages, because the power's out most of the day and it comes on for a couple hours a day.
I mean, that can't be great.
No, but the thing is that the towers, because what they did is isolate themselves and decide they were going to join forces with the Soviet Union back in the 60s.
I mean, the history lesson today is just next level.
You know? So they were going to join them, with the missile crisis and all that was because the Russians were taking missiles and putting them right in Cuba, 90 miles away from Miami. And the whole thing, and that's who they decided that's the choice they made to align themselves with them. Well, the Soviet Union is no longer the Soviet Union. Now it's Russia and a bunch of different countries. So they don't get help from anybody. So all of the power plants are now old and decrepit and not working. So, but anyways, so now I'm learning to dance salsa. And I don't know how it's going to go.
All right, listen, I'm excited to go see your recital. And
I don't have a recital.
I'm super pumped. This is like, I feel like this is like a closing. Like, you work with a client. You get into escrow, you take care of your due diligence, your home inspection, all your contingencies, and then you have a closing day. Well, I feel like you have officially last night, you opened Salsa Escrow. You have a 6-week escrow period. So we're just doing some due diligence right now. You got to videotape your teacher. So you're in the due diligence period. You got to start to perform a little bit. Your contingencies will be running out here real fast. Well, and pretty soon there's going to be a recital, and I'm here for it.
Well, it was funny because one of the instructors when I was signing in, they could tell on my keister over here that I was not happy. They knew.
Hey, is this a blink twice situation?
Yeah.
This is a blink twice situation.
Like, and then she says, this is funny. She's checking us in and she's like, the good thing is I don't know anybody that ever regretted taking a dance class.
I think that's a fair statement.
I was like, hi, my name's Ed.
I think my wife would not get me something like that because she knows that would backfire. Like I would be by recital, class 2, I would be full salsa get up. I'd probably show up with like a hat. I'm sure there's gotta be a salsa hat.
That's what Mercy would love for it to happen because she dances it.
See, my wife would not be
and I didn't know when I was signing up that she was not going to sign herself up to do this.
Wait, she's not signed up to do it?
No, because she knows how to dance, so she just sits there and makes fun of me while I'm dancing.
Wow! Whole new element. Did you? Okay. That's like closing on a house and realizing the roof doesn't come with it. I mean, I thought she was taking the dance classes in there and you guys were like dancing together.
No.
And, see, in my head, I'm thinking like a super fancy school cafeteria that doubles as a dance room. And you guys are all in there and the guy's like walking you through it and you're there with your partner, in this case, Mercy, doing it. So she is in the chair, kicked up. Ha ha ha.
Exactly.
So this 100%. Is a birthday present for her, not
that's
you.
That's exactly what she's doing.
Wow.
Video
so we already have footage of this.
Oh, yeah, there's footage.
Oh, guys. This is like a birthday present for Mercy and me.
Not me.
Not you at all.
Thank you.
I mean, because,
thank you.
So does this also open the door? Like, am I allowed to show up with like a margarita and just kind of sit there and watch too?
I'm sure you could.
I'm in my whole time. I'm picturing you guys doing this together.
No,
I'm thinking this is like a husband and wife bonding thing.
That's what I thought until I got there and I was registered myself.
This is just like hey, you don't know how to dance. Suck on this. Wow.
Thank you. You know what? When we finish this,
no, I'm not talking to
you
Mercy.
You need to go tell her.
No,
you gotta tell her.
I like living, I'm not gonna bring this up.
No, I'm gonna bring it up.
I know you will. It was good to know everybody.
And I have video evidence that you said it.
Listen, it just caught me off guard. In my brain, I'm thinking you guys are dancing together.
No.
Okay then. And that today is our show.
Help.
Blink twice.
So yes, there is footage. Mercy has footage. She can show you.
I can't wait.
All right,
Happy birthday, buddy.
Thanks, bud. Have a good one.